when we look at the Microsoft Customer Agreement, one thing that everybody is always asking is what products are available. And I want to take some time to go through this. And what you immediately can see is that many, if not all, of the cloud services, or at least the building blocks, are available. Whereas it used to be available just for Microsoft Azure, Microsoft has added Windows 365 at a later stage, added Microsoft Copilot and 365, and now also made it possible to add Microsoft 365 services, Dynamics 365 services, and Power Platform services. So Azure services are still handled a bit differently. If you know enough about Microsoft Azure licensing, you know that it's a different breed of licensing that Microsoft is used to, where you just set up your subscriptions, you get charged for any service that you use within Azure on a retroactive basis. The user or the seat-based licenses are generally invoiced to you upfront, so that's the other way around. For the actual availability of every specific product within the seat-based licenses, it's always recommended to check out the product terms. So you can go to the product terms page, you can highlight the Microsoft Customer Agreement, and then on the specific product pages for within the product terms, you can easily see what's available. So if you go to the Microsoft 365 page on the product terms, select the MCA from the drop-down list, you immediately get to see all the products that are available within the MCA. Certain items might not be available. For instance, from SA licenses aren't available in the Microsoft Customer Agreement, so you would always move to full user subscription licenses. And if you do move from an enterprise agreement to a Microsoft Customer Agreement, that is something that I urge you to check out on how Microsoft can handle or even compensate you if you move away from your from SA licenses to the full user subscription licenses. And then within the MCA-E, you have the option to procure the seat-based licenses, so user-based services on either a monthly, per year, or per 3-year option. The 1 or 3-year options allow for price protection throughout that period of time and for upfront or monthly billing. So you can choose to lock in your licenses for a 1-year term, but you can still pay for those on a monthly basis if you want to. You can also immediately pay that entire yearly fee from the get-go. There's no purchase minimums or tiered pricing levels, though price protection is available if you purchase for a longer period of time. The reason I want to call this out is because in the enterprise agreement, you might be used to level A, B, C, and D. That's no longer available in the MCA-E. We are unsure yet on Microsoft's position on this, if they are able to compensate if a level C customer would want to move, for instance, to the MCA-E, on how they would change the pricing for that specific company. Now, Microsoft is also making efforts to reduce the number of portals that you require for the management of your licenses. What they state currently is what you require at a minimum is just the Azure Admin Center for anything related to Azure. So if you want to manage purchasing, invoicing, any tenants and subscriptions, how you deploy and manage resources, how you manage your roles and permissions, and any cost management tooling, that's all there. So whereas the Azure Admin Portal initially was mainly for setting up your Azure environment and making sure that you were able to turn on specific resources, it now also manages your purchasing, invoicing, and different tenants for you. And through the use of cost management tooling, you will be able to reduce the spend that you have within Azure as well. I do always say that Microsoft cost management tooling is what they want you to save, and there's always more to be done there. So I always urge you to check out third-party solutions here as well on additional cost management or cost reduction possibilities that are there in the market. For M365, for seat-based services, you would merely require the M365 Admin Center. And Microsoft already made a lot of changes to this also for enterprise agreement customers, but even more so for MCA-E customers, where You would view your terms and conditions, your online services subscriptions, your per user licenses. You would use that admin center as well to add new seats or subscriptions, to assign the users, and to change billing plans if required or necessary. You could make additional purchases against negotiated prices that you have locked in, and adjust end dates for your subscriptions and services. For instance, if you forgot to align or co-term any of the orders that you've recently done, you can still change that within the M365 Admin Center, and you can set up self-service purchasing per tenant. That means that you would give the option to your end users to self-serve and request products from your organization themselves directly by Microsoft.